Hi there. Today I'm going to talk about some of the harmonicas I have in my collection that I would find really hard to live without. See you in a minute. Recently I got an email from somebody asking me what harmonicas I would recommend for playing Celtic music on. So it's a great question, so that's what this video is all about. I'm going to go through some of the harmonicas in my collection that I use, and I'm going to explain why I use them as well. First thing I'll say is it's good to have harmonicas that put you in the same register as a fiddle or a mandolin. That tends to be lower pitched harmonicas, and when you play them with a fiddle or a mandolin, I think something magical happens. It's just this amazing sound when the instruments blend together. This is what I'm talking about. I just love that sound you get when the staccato sound of the mandolin blends with the legato, the smooth sound of the harmonica. Takes a lot of beating, and I've been lucky over the years to play with some good mandolin players in my area, so I'm very grateful for that. If you'd like to download a worksheet for this tutorial where I go into a little bit more detail about this subject, click on the link in the description. So the first essential harmonica in my collection is your common garden variety 10-hole diatonic blues harp in G. You can play a lot of tunes on one of those. It covers a lot of tunes that you'll play in the key of G, a lot of tunes you'll play in the key of A minor, and a few tunes you might play in D as well. So check out some of the videos that I've posted where I'm playing tunes. You can see them in this playlist here. There's a lot of them where I'm just playing a standard G harmonica. Second essential harmonica, low D. That's the one I was just playing before with the mandolin. So it's pitched an octave lower than your standard D, and I just love the mellow sound of those low reeds. It's okay to play a high D on the tunes. It's the same notes, just an octave higher. It just doesn't put you in that same register as a fiddle or a mandolin, but the choice is yours. And it's great for a lot of tunes in D and a lot of tunes in E minor. So they're very common tunes in Celtic music. I'll move on now to alternative tunings, because there's going to be times when you're playing a tune and your standard diatonic harmonicas aren't going to cut it. There's going to be a note that you're not going to be able to play. So you might be able to bend the reed to get that note. I prefer to use an alternative tuned harp which actually has that note, because then you don't have to concentrate on trying to get the note in tune if you're playing a long sustained note, and you don't get that kind of honky tone that you might get from a bend. So the first alternative tuning we're going to talk about is Paddy Richter tuning. So I've got here a Paddy Richter G tuned harmonica, and I think the name was given to this harp by Brendan Power, and it's a great name because it immediately implies that this is the harmonica you want for playing Irish music. And it's very similar to the standard Richter tuning, just your standard blues harp tuning, but there's just one note that's been changed. So 3 blow has been raised 1 tone, and it just makes all the difference. So on the G harp, on the standard G harp, 3 blow is a D note, and it's been raised a tone to become an E note. And that just opens the harp up to playing a lot more tunes in that same register as the fiddle or the mandolin. So here's a demonstration to show you the difference. I'll play a little bit of the blackthorn stick, just a bit, just to show you what I'm talking about. So, Paddy Richter, standard Richter tuning now. Let's see the difference. Whoa, see, that doesn't sound right. It's just that one note that's been changed that just makes all the difference to the tune. So you wouldn't be able to play it unless you want to get into bending notes and stuff. You might be able to do a version on standard Richter tuning, but I recommend Paddy Richter tuning to make your life easier. So that's essential harp number 3, Paddy Richter tuned G harmonica. Now I'm not sure if these are available commercially. I tuned my own one. I haven't done a tutorial about tuning. I think it might be a good thing to do sometime. In the meantime, there are videos out there on YouTube about tuning and retuning harmonicas, so you could look at them and retune one of your harmonicas. Or if you don't want to do that, you could find a harmonica technician and they would sell you one or retune one of your harmonicas. Like the standard G harmonica, the Paddy Richter tuned G is great for a lot of tunes in the key of G, in the key of A minor, and some tunes you get in the key of D. So we'll move on now to the Petit Richter D. So yeah, the 3 blow has been raised a tone. So 3 blow on a standard D harmonica is A, and it's been raised to B. And you can cover a lot of tunes in D and a lot of tunes in E minor that you may not be able to play on your standard D tuning. So I'll give you a little example of one. Here's the Maid Behind the Bar, just a little bit of it. Paddy Richter, here's your standard Richter tuning D. Let's see what happens. Whoa, see, that's not right. And I'll point out too, yeah, the Paddy Richter tuning is your standard high D that's been tuned. And I don't play this one as often as the Paddy Richter G. I find a lot of the tunes in D that I could play on this, I quite often play them on the low D. So you do have that option, you know, that you could play, yeah, low D, Paddy Richter D can do the same job. Another alternative tuning I use a lot, it's commonly referred to as country tuning, and I use a country tuned G harmonica quite a lot. I find it great for a lot of tunes in D, quite often they seem to be Scottish ones, and also the odd tune in B minor. B minor is not a super common key for Celtic tunes, but you know, you do get tunes in all kinds of keys, so yeah, it's a good one for B minor. It might be the harp to use if other harps aren't going to do it for you. Also too, check out my theme tune. I'm playing a country tuned G harmonica on that. I did a tutorial where, you know, I was just playing it on a standard G tuning. If you haven't seen that, you can check it out here. But the actual recording I made was on country tuning, so it just gave me an additional note. So the difference between the standard tuning is that 5 draw has been raised a semitone, and that just makes all the difference. So I'll give you an example. Here's a Scottish jig called the Jig of Slurs. I'm just going to play a little bit. It's a 4-part jig, so I'm not going to do the whole thing. I just want to demonstrate. Jig of Slurs. So this is what it would sound like on a standard G harmonica. Whoa, that's not right. See, that note's flat. On the country. So that 5 draw on a G harmonica, standard G, is a C. So it's sharpened a semitone, becomes C sharp. That's part of the D scale, and a note that seems to be quite common in a lot of Scottish tunes. And also too, I'll just play you a little bit of my theme tune, the Star of the County Down. So I'll play that now. I think this was the actual harmonica that I recorded it on all those years ago. So I'll just play a little bit of that. So that's that note. There's your 5 draw. So if you want to play that tune on the standard G harmonica, you've got to miss that note out and play around it. So it's kind of good. That's in the key of B minor. So it gives you an example of your B minor tune. Another type of harmonica that you might want for playing traditional tunes is a tremelo harp. So it's got reeds that have been tuned slightly out with each other, and it produces that tremolo effect. So that's used a lot in Celtic music. I don't really play them much myself, but a lot of people do, and it gives you that kind of big accordion sound. So it's a great sound, yeah. So if you're looking for that sound, you want tremolo harp. And as far as the keys go, it's the same sort of thing as the diatonics. If you want to play in G, get yourself a G, which will cover G and A minor. Get yourself a D to cover your D and your E minor. That covers a lot of tunes, not all the tunes, because there's tunes with all kinds of keys, but today I'm just really talking about harmonicas that cover the main keys that you'll get in Celtic music. And I'll also mention the chromatic harmonica, because sometimes you might just get a tune that you can't play on any of the other tunings, and you just have to get out a chromatic harmonica and press in that button. And a lot of people do use chromatic harmonicas extensively for playing Celtic music. I use them a bit for the odd tune that I can't do otherwise. And I would recommend, if you're going to get into chromatic harmonicas, to build your collection of keys as you would build a collection of keys on diatonic as well. So I hope this has been a useful guide if you're looking to build a collection of harmonicas to play traditional music. If you're wondering where to start, I'd recommend just get your standard G and your low D and take it from there, and just build your collection over time as you need it. And also too, there are other tunings that I don't use and I haven't mentioned, so if you are using a different tuning than any that I've mentioned, please leave a comment and let's spread the knowledge. So as I mentioned, you can download a worksheet for this tutorial. I'll go into it in depth a little bit more, and I'll see you next time.